Hey guys, today we're taking a look at 6 of my most wanted Transformers. Yeah, I know 6 is kind of a weird number for this kind of list, but I wanted to limit it to just the top of the top, my grails, if you will. I'm also keeping it to ones that you can't currently buy. So, let's start off with Legends Devastator. I learned about this guy through that Toy Guy's video on him, and I was like, that looks pretty cool, but he's kind of a weird looking one. I'm like, I doubt that many people would want this. So I went on eBay being like, maybe I can get this guy for like, what, $20? He's like 200. What? I did once find him for $50 though, but devastatingly, I just didn't think it was a good deal. He's just such a funny little guy. 7 little robots that all look kind of wrong, turn into little construction vehicles or a big Devastator. I'm not paying $500 for Studio Series Devastator, so this just seems like very good to me. Next up, we got Studio Series Blackout. Blackout is epic. I have his original toy, and I like that one, but the Studio Series one is just like even more accurate, so I really want that. Uh, and he's a leader, which my opinion on leader classes, but now that he's like kind of a few years old, maybe I could find him for like less than the original came out. But I'm just been having trouble finding him. Really, any Studio Series figures for some reason I just never see at like the comic book stores. Although I have seen a few at my local thrift store, which I've like bought all those. But yeah, I want to find this one just so I can have even better Blackout than I do now. Seems like a pretty nice figure. Next up, we got Battle Blades Optimus. From what I've seen, this might be one of the best movie Optimus toys. It's just such a solid looking figure. It even comes with like a little matrix of leadership inside. It just seems like really good. And sadly, I did see this one in person at a comic book store, and I didn't think anything of it. They kind of had it mistransformed in like a display case. I just thought it looked wrong, and I was like, eh. But like a month later, I was scrolling through pictures on my phone and I saw it was like in that picture. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what toy that is now. I want that one. But it was too late. I like rushed over there and it was gone. And the guy even claimed they had sold it like that morning. I don't know. He might have been lying about that. But yeah, I just want to find the figure eventually. Now we've got Studio Series Ironhide. I don't have a movie Ironhide at all, unless you count this little guy. And this just seems like the best toy of movie Ironhide. If only he wasn't like $700 now. But he is coming back in a repack with worse paint. Why would they do this? What's happening with his face? His windows are all black now? I don't know about this. But the original figure is just, really nice. Wish I could have gotten this when it first came out because I think it was only like what, $20, $30. But maybe with this repack, the original toy will go down in price, and maybe I'll just get lucky and find him eventually. Like everything on this list, I kind of best case scenario. These are the kind of things I'd hope I just find one day at like a thrift store or a comic book store. Next up is the original The Fallen figure, or he got re-released like once after that, but the same figure. So you guys know my thoughts on the new Studio Series, The Fallen, and how I'm not gonna be buying him, at least not immediately. Like I wouldn't mind getting him for like a birthday or something, but on the number one The Fallen is 10. I have to get a figure of him. The only other toy is kind of like the weird color scheme, so I just want this one. It looks pretty nice. It's not quite as accurate as the Studio Series one, but like it really looks decent. And I do think his Cybertronian Destroyer mode is better than the new one. But side note, I'm kind of sad they don't call the new one the Cybertronian Destroyer. Like I think they just call it the Jet, like the Cybertronian Jet. That just doesn't do this thing justice. This thing is a destroyer, the original Decepticon. So I just really want this figure. I'm hoping I'll just find him one of these days at like the comic book store or something. But yeah. And now we've got Armada Unicron, or really any of the releases of this Unicron mold. I think they're all pretty great. I think there was one for like the 25th anniversary of the movie that might be the best one, but I'm just calling it by what mold it is. Options for Unicron toys are limited. You've got never released, not a planet, crazy expensive. This one just seems the most reasonable to me. It's got some really nice, fun gimmicks. It looks pretty nice. Looks like Unicron. Just a really solid Unicron. Really the best one in my opinion, if we're not counting the one that's $1,000. And it's had a few releases, so hopefully it's not too expensive. This is another one I've seen it in person. It was like $150 though. But I think I've seen it on like the Facebook Marketplace for less than that. But yeah, this is just one I hope to find. Super cool toy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow my Twitter for my thoughts on all Transformers things. And yeah, hope you guys just enjoyed the video. I might make a part 2 of my most wanted G1 toys. And also, you remember that unreleased Unicron? Well, they're kind of releasing him. He's got this little, like, non-transforming figure where he has, like, a gun for some reason. But it's clearly that unreleased Unicron. So that's just pretty funny. Thank you guys for watching. Get down, he's got a gun!